What is going on, everybody? Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So the markets absolutely tore it up at the end of the day, so we got to break that down this video. We also have to break down stocks I'm looking at, charts I like, and of course what I'm looking to do in these markets. But before we do, make sure you guys get your free money from Moomoo. You get one free share of NEO guaranteed, which runs out in a couple of days, and on top of that you also get up to 5 other stocks, each of which could be valued up to $3,500. It's free money, guys. Just use that link down below or go to StasSurfS.com/Moomoo, deposit at least $100, and boom, you get your free money. Again, that's linked down below. And with that being said, let's dive into the video. So check it out, guys. We had a pretty good day. I mean, honestly, it was a very good day. I got to give us some credit. Very good day, because earlier in the day, the markets were red. If you guys remember, the markets were red, very choppy, and it wasn't until about noon on the East Coast, 1 o'clock roughly, until the market started to really pick direction. And you guys can see what direction that was. It was to the upside, right? We had the S&P close up 0.7% today, NASDAQ up 1.6%, Russell pretty much broke even, and we had the Dow up about 0.3%, VIX down 5.6%, and we had gold and silver. Let's see here. Gold went down 1.6%, silver went down about 2.4%. And take a look, from the intraday low at about 450, SPY went from 450 to $456 at the close, meaning intraday it ran up about 1.4%. And when it comes to triple Q, which tracks the NASDAQ, this one up intraday from 358 to 365, up almost 2%. And what the SPY and the NASDAQ triple Q have in common right now is the fact that they both broke out on the 20-day chart. And by broke out, I mean they broke out of the highs from Friday and the highs from last week in general. In fact, they're both trading at multi-week highs. Take a look. The 20-day chart on triple Q, we're at a multi-week high, and we're breaking out very clearly, right? And same thing with SPY. We just hit, let's see here, 456, which clearly broke the 452 high, 453 high from last week. And at this point, like I said, not to toot my own horn, guys, SPY is pretty much at 458, which was that double top resistance from the beginning of February towards the middle of February. And again, not to toot my own horn, but did I not call that out? Did I not call that out? And at this point, again, we're pretty much at 458. If we break 458 at some point this week, SPY might start filling the gap to the next big resistance, which after 458 is right around 470 to about 475, meaning there could be another 2-3% more upside. And take a look at triple Q, guys. Again, the intraday high from today was at about 365. Take a look. We pretty much filled the gap to about 366, which was that resistance from the end, actually the beginning of February, which we also called out on this channel. And if we break out of 366, we might be filling the gap to 372 in no time. I mean, this could happen potentially as soon as this week. And again, nothing's guaranteed, but that's just what the charts are telling me. So we're clearly bullish. Momentum's to the upside. We had a great green day, and literally not every watch list or stock rather in my watch list was green, but a lot of them were. So what do you guys think? Drop me a comment down below, and make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are finding value in this video. It really helps me out in the YouTube algorithm. And of course, I appreciate you guys as always. And with that being said, let's talk about some stocks. So we had XPeng report this morning, which you guys should know at this point is a Chinese electric vehicle company. And last week we had NEO, if you guys don't remember, which NEO today ran up 6.5%, probably because Tesla ran up. I mean, I'm assuming that's the reason why. NEO also ran up, kind of in correlation with Tesla. And if you guys saw NEO last week on Friday, the stock was down 9%. They reported numbers on Thursday, not the best earnings, and now it's slowly starting to bounce back over $21 a share. But we're not going to talk about NEO in this video. We got to break down XPeng, which again, they reported earnings this morning, and they ended up doing pretty well. They did negative 24 cents EPS versus negative 34 cents estimated. Revenue came in at $1.34 billion versus $1.20 billion estimated, so they actually double beat EPS and revenue, and they see Q1 deliveries of vehicles to be between 33,500 to 34,000, and they see sales of 7.2 to 7.3 billion RMB. So pretty solid guidance on top of the nice double beat. Again, they beat EPS and they beat revenue, and the stock didn't really do much. It only went up 0.3% on the day. It initially did shoot up. If you guys take a look here, or it shot up rather. It didn't shoot up. I meant it initially shot up from about, where was it? $27 before the earnings pre-market, and then once they reported, they went up to $29. So it did shoot up about 7%, but then it lost all of that gain and some. It lost about 10% value after that, and then we pretty much coasted from $26 to about $27 into the close. So I'm going to be watching XPeng on this 4-hour chart. We're well under both, well, not both, I guess we're above the 50 SMA now, but we're well under the 180 SMA still, which you guys can see based on the downtrend, that's been resistance for a good, 4 months, almost 4 months, over 4 months. So yeah, XPEV, I'm not touching it until we break out of 35, hence why my alert is right there. The next stock on the list, well, I guess we're going to group these two, AMC and GameStop, guys. Holy freaking crap. AMC went up 45% today. GameStop went up, let's see here, GameStop, not nearly as well, not nearly as much rather as AMC, but still did very well, up 25%, over $35 a share, up in the green. So AMC and GameStop are back at it again, and like I've said many times, do not count these stocks out. These stocks could go on a rampage. They could catch on fire in the matter of a day or two, and ever since, it seems like, let's see here, when did we bottom? When was this? $75. GameStop hit that about 10 days ago. AMC probably bottomed the same day. I mean, let's be honest. Actually, no. About 3 days prior to that, it bottomed on the 15th. You guys can see the squeeze really started to kick in for AMC on the 22nd, probably the same day for GameStop. They both started taking off, and at this point, this is it's a short squeeze. You know, shorts are covering. There's a ton of buying pressure in these stocks because they're covering, and I'm sure a lot of retail investors, traders, whatever you want to call them, are hopping in on the short squeeze as well, contributing to the buying pressure. They're kind of FOMOing in, buying in. So we have the short squeeze, retail's probably FOMOing in, diving in at this point, and these stocks are going crazy. So at this point, GameStop's almost back over $200. It's at $191 in the after hours, and we're obviously, clearly at multi-month highs. The last time we were at 200, or even just a little bit under 200, was back in November. So if we start breaking 200, that could trigger more buying pressure, maybe a short squeeze. The short squeeze will continue at that point. So I'd be watching about $200, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised on the flip side of that if we cooled off a little bit as well before we ended up running up even more. Because what you guys can see here, take a look. For both AMC and GameStop on the 22nd, we had that initial short squeeze. This thing went up 40-50% in a day or two, and then it consolidated for a day or two, and now we're seeing another breakout. So we might see a very similar thing play out here. We might cool off for a day or two, maybe 3 days, 4 days even, considering it's gone up so much, and then we might gear up for the next move. So keep that in mind when it comes down to GameStop and again AMC. Again, these stocks pretty much go hand in hand. They're following the same technicals at this point. They're both at multi-month highs. They're both squeezing like crazy. So be careful. There could be a cool off before we start running up again. That's AMC and GameStop. I'm also keeping a very close eye on Microsoft, MSFT. If you guys have been watching my channel, you know that I've called out this head and shoulders. We've mapped this out together, and I told you guys, look, if we end up breaking out of the neckline of the head and shoulders being around 305, at that point, the head and shoulders would be out the window, right? And then we might be breaking out. And look what happened. Today, we went up 2.3%, up $7. We broke the neckline. We're noticing, what's this? A golden cross, the 50s crossing above the 180 SMA. And now Microsoft is trading at multi-week highs, almost a 2-month high. And if we end up taking out the highs from February being around 310 to 315, pretty much right where we are now, if Microsoft breaks, let's say 315, this might start taking off towards the mid 300s. I'm not saying it's going to go all-time highs just like that, but it might start showing momentum towards all-time highs. You know, 315 breaks, 325's next, followed by, let's say, 330, 335. That's where this could be going. Another one I'm looking at is Mercado Libre, MELI. This is one that's been breaking out as of late. We took out the moving averages recently. Today, we went up over 5% for Mercado Libre, which is great. And the fact that I'm loving this breakout is, especially today, is because, again, we broke out of the moving averages. And take a look, we also broke out of 1175 recently, which was that triple top resistance that I'm showing you guys right here. here. The first top was in early February, second was in mid-February, and the third was in early March. So the fact that we broke out of 1175, we actually pulled back this morning and tested it. Take a look on this intraday, guys. We pulled back this morning. We tested 1160, 1175. We took off. We bounced off of that old resistance. We kept it as support today. That's a very good sign overall that Mercado Libre now wants to fill the gap to the next resistance, which in this case is right around 1370, 1380, meaning there could be about, let's say, 10, 12, maybe even more percentage points upside from here. Walmart's another one. WMT. Walmart went up 1.78% today. It looks like it's bouncing above both moving averages, and we actually broke back over the 50 SMA today on the 4-hour chart, which we momentarily got under that last week, and now as again we're breaking out above that 50 SMA, pretty much confirming the higher low. We are now going to go up and test a very big resistance, being in the mid 140s. Mid 140s. We haven't broken out since the end of November, guys. Literally, we haven't been in the 150s since early November. Late October. So I'm thinking if we clear above 147, it's really the 147 mark here on Walmart. I'll put my alert there right now. If we break out of that point, there's a wide open gap to fill from 147 to about 150, 152. We could be seeing 2.5, 3, maybe even more percentage points upside. So I'm telling you, Walmart's holding the uptrend right now. We're breaking out of the moving averages. All we got to do is break 147 and it could be off to the races. Another one I'm looking at right now, guys, is Expedia, ticker symbol EXPE. This one up 0.5% today, a little bit up over $1. And what I'm noticing right now on this 4-hour chart is, number one, we're above both moving averages. Number two, we ended up seeing a golden cross today. And number three, clearly the uptrend is continuing. And I guess there's a number four as well. We see an inverse head and shoulders, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And the fact that today we had a green day above the moving averages, we are now one step closer to breaking out of this range that Expedia has been trading in over the past, I think, 5 days. Let's see here on the 10-day chart. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's actually more than 5 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 10 days, Expedia has been trading between 187 to about 195. So if we start getting buying pressure, let's say above 195, 200, hence why my alert's at 200, that right shoulder in the inverse head and shoulders will complete, in my opinion at least. And at that point, we could be breaking out towards 215, maybe even 220. So Expedia is a must watch. Another one I'm watching, the last one for this video, is Visa. And by the way, if you guys stuck throughout the video, drop me a comment, hit the like button. I really appreciate all of my loyal subscribers out there. You guys are awesome. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Make sure to subscribe. The last one here is Visa, ticker symbol V, which is slowly starting to reverse. It's not fully reversing yet. It's not fully out of the woods, but it is off of the lows. Let's see here, about 16% off the lows, about $30. We're now above the moving averages. We're trading at a multi-week high. The last time we were above 220 was back in the end of February, so about 4 or 5 weeks ago. So there is a pretty big resistance right where we are now at about 220. You guys can see 220 was the high point from the early days of November, also throughout the end of December into January, and again over the past couple of weeks, 220's been a resistance point. So if that point breaks on Visa, we might see, no joke, a breakout to 235, which means 5-6% upside is very possible. Look, 235 was resistance in the beginning of February, all throughout February, and back in September, October, November a little bit. Actually, not November. That was just the end of October. So 220 breaks, 225 breaks, 235 is right around the corner. So that's it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment, and check out my Patreon if you want all my buy, sells, call outs, morning videos, plus more. That's linked right down below. Don't forget to also get your free money from Moomoo. You get 1 free share of Neo guaranteed, which runs out at the end of March. And on top of that, you get up to 5 other stocks, each of which could be valued up to $3,500. Just use my link down below or go to StockSurfest.com/Moomoo, deposit at least $100, and boom, you get your free money. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching as always. Peace out.